Hello and welcome to Afro Page. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the 45 billion US dollars mega project that is reshaping Egypt. Skyscrapers in the 21st century are often seen in cities like New York, Shanghai, Tokyo, and Dubai. It will surprise you to know that the practice of constructing tall buildings has its roots elsewhere. Egypt has been the home to many tall buildings in the world. The first known extremely tall building, the 139-meter tall pyramids of Giza, were constructed in Egypt over 10 years ago. But if you're still imagining about pyramids in deserts when you think of Egypt, then you may be living in the past, because the people there are no longer living in sand and stone-built houses. In this new Egypt, major infrastructure projects which are now underway are expected to shape a new future for the northern African country after decades of growing population and random construction. From the country's first high-speed rail to new cities under development, there are some of the biggest projects on the way in Egypt. So, how is Egypt planning to move fast forward into the future? Let's talk about it. But before we go into the video, kindly smash the subscription button and notification bell to always get hints on our latest upload. Now, back to the video. Cairo is Egypt's largest city with a population of nearly 20.5 million people. Cairo currently serves as the capital of the country, but this will soon change. In December 2021, this role was taken over by the new administrative capital. For now, it is referred to this way, but unofficially it is said that the new capital city will be called Wadian. Now, where did this change come from? A few years ago, such a decision was made by the president, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. The politician has held office since 2014, and 6 years ago, he came up with the idea of creating a new capital from scratch, and in a complete wasteland. But now, the first phase of his project is coming to an end, and all that remains is to encourage officials to work in a complete remote area. Since many Egyptian cities have reached their maximum capacity, the Egyptian government has adopted the strategic plan in which they will build several new cities to house the country's growing population. Approximately 45 kilometers to the east of Cairo, a huge new administrative capital is being built on a swath of desert equal to the size of Singapore. The construction of the new city was first announced in 2015 when it was included in the Egypt's 2030 vision. According to the plans, the city will become the new administrative and financial capital of Egypt, housing the main government departments and ministries and foreign embassies. Close to 6.5 million people will live in the new capital, which spans across a total area of 700 square kilometers. Officials claim that despite the city's hefty $45 billion price tag, they chose to develop it for a number of reasons. First off, it would relieve Cairo of its population. Next, the administrative capital is supposed to do wonders for the nation's economic growth as it would generate jobs, both during construction and after it finished. Some of the biggest business like Tesla, Amazon, Apple will be allowed to relocate their headquarters to specific parts of the new capital. Additional, a system of cutting-edge monitoring of traffic congestion and accidents will be implemented in a smart city to reduce traffic congestion. The city will include a theme park that will be 4 times the size of Disneyland. A huge capital park will also be incorporated to Egypt's new capital city, according to reports. This park will be 35 kilometers long, about 9 times longer, and twice as large as New York renowned Central Park. Over 660 hospitals, 1,250 places of worship, and 2,000 educational institutes are being built to accommodate all the residents of this enormous city. The city will be powered with 90 square kilometers of solar energy, farms, and an electric railway link. Now, what will the new capital, which will unofficially be called Wadian, be like? According to reports, it will cover an area of 168 kilometers square and will include all the facilities necessary to live. The center of the city will be 385 meters tall, which can be reached by monorail. Cairo, extending over 100 kilometers with 19 stations, will provide transportation to the city's people. A new airport known as the Capital International Airport, along with a new administrative capital stadium with capacity of 90,000 spectators, will be constructed. Furthermore, The city will be built in accordance with the modern technologies and will also function with lots of novelties. According to sources, housing estates will be built here, in which the roofs of the building are to be covered with photovoltaic panels and their residents will not miss out on anything. Apart from all this, the second largest mosque in the world after the Mosque of Mecca and the largest church in the Middle East has also been built in the city. Adding to all of this, the Egyptian government also expects about 2 million jobs to be created in the new capital, which is good news. Moreover, the new capital has also committed to allocate 15 square meters of green space per inhabitant. The project is presented as a green initiative to combat pollution. Another most important news amid this construction project is the news about the skyscrapers. Egypt is currently planning to construct a new enormous skyscraper known as the Obelisko Capitoli that will even surpass the Burj Khalifa, which is currently the tallest building in the world. Once completed, the Obelisko Capitoli will be the center of the newly constructed capital city and stand at a height of 1,000 meters. The concept for the structure was first put forth in 2018, which was included in the Egyptians' Grand 2030 vision. The project was designed by the Egyptian architectural design firm IDEA, which is based in Giza, standing at the height of 1,000 kilometers. The skyscraper will have 165 floors, which is 2 more floors than the Burj Khalifa. The floors will include several hotels, shopping malls, cinema houses, recreational centers, commercial centers, and medical centers. The communication manager at IDEA said the project isn't just a tour, it is much more than that. It is a complete community with business hubs, medical centers, educational complexes, etc. It will be an integrated project. The tour's architecture is greatly inspired by the ancient Egyptian history. The Obelisko Capitoli will have a thin 4-sided structure with a pyramid-like top, according to the designers. The proportion of the Obelisko Capitoli tower were emulated carefully from the original obelisk dimensions. These dimensions embodied geometrical perfection and structural stability, unlike the traditional monolithic obelisk, which are made of only one type of stone. This modern structure may be a hybrid made of a variety of materials. The Obelisko Capitoli will have a water scanner added around it that will resemble the famed Nile River to make it appear even more grand. This water element will be the main means of mobility in the development. The pattern on the facade of this record-breaking building is inspired by the lotus flower design, which is the Pharaonic era. The lotus flower is thought to have played a significant role in the ancient Egyptian civilization and has been growing in the Nile Delta for thousands of years. However, this design element is not just for decorative purposes, it also has an environmental concept behind it. The designs contains loops which rotate according to the sun's inclination, reducing heat throughout the day. At the same time, the relation between solid and void in the loops designs provides transparencies which enhances the visual connection between inside and outside. The Obelisko Capitoli is expected to be completed by 2030. By the time this project is finished, the gigantic building will have cost somewhere around $3 billion. The Obelisko Capitoli will quickly surpass the Burj Khalifa as the highest structure in the world. The new administrative capital will quickly displace Cairo as Egypt's former capital. Talking about the investment, $45 billion will be invested in the city. It will be one real futuristic smart city where you won't need money at all in cash because everything in town will be paid through cards and through a unique system that will connect all services. It has been declared that the construction will be funded by the private sector, not the state cashier. And the contract with Emirate companies later was cancelled and signed with a new construction company from China. So far, 60% of work has been completed on this project, and of course, the coronavirus pandemic has been responsible for delays. However, this massive project to build a new capital has faced criticism, in particular because Urbanist says that the building designs are too large scale and they do not fit into modern structural concepts. There are also fears that ordinary residents, but the military who actively finance construction, will benefit from the creation of a new capital. But what project doesn't have criticism? Literally none. Furthermore, a study prepared by the World Bank in 2014 estimated the cost of congestion in Greater Cairo to be equivalent of 3.6% GDP, which is much higher than some other major cities. The government loses millions of dollars every year because of traffic, and trying to reduce this cost would greatly help the economy. So, these mega projects will greatly help in reshaping the history of Egypt in this modern world, and once they are completed, there will be a new Egypt standing on the world map, far better and advanced than yesterday. And that's it for the video today. Do hit the like button if you love this video. See you next time in same channel, Afro Page.